Hello, I'm Ethan Williams, and this is my last lecture project. Chapter 1. An injured lion still wants to roar. In my life, there have been so many people who have come to me for support. I feel that people are comfortable with leaning on me to give them that support, and without me, those people end up falling into tougher times. I guess I'm more comparable to a chair than any animal or other object. People tend to sit their own troubles onto me, similar to a chair. One of my main qualities is that I'm easy to talk to. People know that they can lay their problems onto me with little to no repercussions. Same with a chair. You won't suffer from taking a seat. Same with talking. Just ask my friends. On the other hand, if you try to sit with no chair, you fall. And if you don't talk things out with anyone, you fall. I don't know why, but people treat me like a chair, and I'm not complaining. Chapter 4. The Parent Lottery. What else can I say besides I am so blessed to have been born to my parents? I won big in this lottery, and I know that for a fact. From my days as a kid to now, my mom and dad have stuck with me while also dealing with, a lot of crap along the way. As a kid, I was a huge crybaby, and yet my parents still stayed with me even until I grew out of it, which, took a lot of time. It was a lot to deal with being me, and they dealt with me perfectly. Without them, I'd be in such a worse spot, so I really owe it to them. Even now, they support me through thick and thin, while also setting me up for success in any way that they can. They love me doing speech and debate now. They love me being a stat nerd when it comes to sports like football and basketball, and my parents love me for who I am and what I do. And I love my parents too. Again, I totally struck big in the parent lottery. I can say that and truly mean it. Chapter 21. Jai. We all have our role models in life, whether it be a sibling, a teacher, a parent, or anyone else. Well, I'm just like people whose sibling is like my mentor. My Jai is my sister, Kathleen, in the way that she's taught me to become the person that I am today. Growing up, my sister and I were close, but kind of separate at the same time, if you know what I mean. Today, though, she and I are so much closer, and we're closer than a lot of brothers and sisters that I know. Even though at times we may argue, we settle our differences in record time. Kathleen has taught me so many life lessons, and without her, like my parents, who knows where I'd be in life? I don't even want to think of that. She's a huge inspiration to me, and even though it's not like I want to follow her every step of the way, because that's kind of weird, I'm gonna take what I've learned from her and apply it to my own life in any way that I can. Similar to my parents, I love my sister. And, if I didn't love my sister or my parents, what type of brother or son would I be? Chapter 53. Never Give Up. In my freshman year of high school, aka last year, I was convinced to join our speech and debate team. I don't regret it one bit now. I'm even on our travel/varsity team, which is super awesome for me. Only problem with that is that I'm on the team due to my potential and dedication to the club, and not my performance at tournaments. I'd rather have consistently good records than go to every meeting and have friends, but that's not what's happened, unfortunately for me. My main event is impromptu. You don't need to know what it is. The only thing you need to know is that I'm not that great at it. Like Dr. Seuss once said, the moment you doubt your ability to fly, you cease to ever be able to do it again. So I must improve and overcome this brick wall of not doing very good. And once I do good, you'll know. You'll hear it. Chapter 56. Make a decision. Tigger or Eeyore. Up or down, left or right, red or blue, we all have decisions in our lives, some more important than others, like being happy or sad, like a Tigger or an Eeyore. I can't really choose between the two. Most people would call me a Tigger, I think, due to my energy and sometimes overwhelming positivity. Those people haven't seen me at my worst, though. If I'm low, I am low. Although most times I feel closer to a Tigger, I, like everyone, have my Eeyore-like moments. When I'm like Tigger, I can be all bouncy and happy and involved, unless I'm not. Not like I'm bipolar or anything, because that's, wild. But I have my optimistic and pessimistic times just like everyone else. Try to keep my negative emotions suppressed, but stuff happens. Like, for example, I lost the secretary position during our elections for speech and debate, but I stayed positive throughout the next week of sadness that I didn't get a secretary. I can't make a decision on whether I'm a Tigger or an Eeyore, so I'm fine with calling myself a mixture of the two. Hey, I'm back. Just here to say thanks for watching, and I did this whole thing in like a couple of hours, so I'm amazing.